Hey guys, you know I love these grow pots here, these rectangle ones, and they come with this tray here to catch any water, any drip. They're inexpensive and they're easy to find. But the one thing I don't like about them is they look cheap. Well, because they are cheap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a box around this to put them in. I've got about 10 of these, so I'm going to build a bunch of them. I went to the hardware store and I picked up some of these redwood fencing. Now these are 6 foot by, well they're actually 1 by 6 and they're 6 foot long. And I got these at a deal. They were $1.49 a piece. So if you watch the lumberyard, you can get these kind of deals, especially these fencing boards, because they're not perfect. Some of them are a little dog-eared and whatnot, but you can clean them up, run them through the table saw, run them through the joiner, whatever you need to do. But I'm going to leave it raw like this because I think for the garden, I think it looks a lot better. And these are going to go into the greenhouse, so I think it's just going to give it a good look. As I say, they were $1.49, so I'll be able to do one box with one board. So that's $1.49. I'll be able to make a little box. Now what I'm going to do is, these are actually, instead of 6 inches, they're 5.5 inches tall or wide. And this is just shy of 5.5 inches. It's about 1/4 inch, so it's about 5 1/4 inches tall. So if I rip 1/4 inch off of this, I'll be able to use that for something, and I'll show you. So it'll come flush. So what will happen is I'm going to rip this so that these boards are flush with this. And the 1/4 inch, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that after I just build my rectangle box. And it's really simple, really cheap, quick and easy. You can do one of these things probably in 5 minutes, all right? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rip off 1/4 inch with the table saw, and then I'm going to take and cut 2 pieces at 20 inches and then 2 pieces at 7.5 inches. And then that's going to be my sides and my ends, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and rip this first. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces of 20 inch, 2 pieces of 7.5 inch, and then this is what's left over. And then from the strip that I cut off of there, that 1/4 inch, I've got 3 pieces here that I've cut at 20 inches also, and they're going to go on the bottom. Now when to attach these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to pre-drill some holes here so I can put some plugs in, and then I'm just going to screw it in with some galvanized screws, and then put these on, and we're good to go. Okay, now to pre-drill, what I did was I used a Forstner bit. Forstner bits, in my opinion, are so much better than those regular, drill sets because they make beautiful holes. See how nice that is? So I like to use them, Forstner bits. And then what I'm going to do is now I've got all my holes drilled. I went down about halfway in the wood. So what I'm going to do for these, I'm going to use about 1.5 inch galvanized screws on this, just the all-purpose screws. So I'm going to glue it, screw it in, and then we are going to attach the bottom pieces. Okay, so I've got this all screwed together. Now, you could just leave these if you didn't want to put the plugs in, but I'm going to put plugs in. Now I'm too cheap to go out and buy actual redwood plugs, and I used a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, so I've got these 1/2 inch dowels, and I'm just going to use these 1/2 inch dowels. Even though they're cream colored and this is redwood, I don't know, I think it just kind of gives a character to have that cream color, and because I'm cheap. So so that's what I'm going to use for plugs. And now on the bottom, I'm going to look to see which side is the nicest looking. This is the uglier side, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and just eyeball these, and I'm going to glue these, and probably closer to the edge on this one, maybe dead center. and kind of like that. If I had more pieces, I'd use more, but I wanted to make this whole project with one piece of fencing board. So I may come in a little bit here like that, just kind of eyeball it, because nobody's going to see it. They're only going to see the ends here like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue these. I'm going to get my brad nailer out and brad these in, and then I'll go ahead and put the plugs in, and we're all done. Perfect 10-minute project.